well, more than that, let me resend it to you, because if I don't do it right now, I am going to completely forget about it. So I am going to resend it here. All right. So there is on the chat box, on the chat box on WhatsApp, I send you the link so you can get into the classroom page. And on this classroom page, you are going to see like the videos and some activities. They are like only two that I have uploaded, so you can check the previous lessons, and so you can check out the topics that we have seen. So that is the main idea of using this classroom page. And well, you can check that whenever is the case. All right. So that's it with this. After this little ads, después de este pequeño comercial, ahora sí, vamos. So on the next exercise, as you can see here, well, you have like the definitions, and then you have to put the sport, the one that is correct for this purpose. Like, for example, the number one, who wants to make it? Number one, ¿quién se anima?
You play this sport outside on grass. It has and you kick a ball. And the answer is football.
Exactly, it is football. Now, something very important. On this case, we use the expression football like that because this material that I have here, it's meant to be for British English. So in this case, we use football because they say football exactly as we do here in Mexico. For them, is the same as for us. And the thing is that if you go to the United States and if you talk about football, you are going to be talking about American football. So in that case, instead of football, it would be soccer. All right. So that is the difference between them. But by now, we understand that it's football, only like that. What about the number two, Aide? How is it?
Okay, you do this in the mountains and you wear a helmet. Climbing.
Okay, so it is climbing. You said you do
Yes.
this in the mountains and you wear a helmet. It is climbing, exactly. There you go. What about the number three? Number three, America, how is it?
Yes, you need an animal to do this sport. Horse riding.
It is a horse riding, exactly like that. And yeah, literally the same name already tells you that. So it is horse riding. There you go. What about the number four? The number four, Angie, how is it?
You do this sport in a pool and you can do it on your own or with others swimming.
Okay, so it would be swimming. All right, there you go. So it is like that. We have here, you do this sport in a pool. So it is swimming. There you go. And the number five, it's an extra. So, Cirilo, do you want to make it?
This sport usually involves running, jumping, and throwing. Athletics.
Exactly. So it is athletics. Now, something very important to know about this: the athletics are it's the discipline in which you do like lots of different activities. So this one involves running, jumping, or throwing. We have to remember that athletics is like, for example, the one from Usain Bolt that is like 100 meter, 400 meters race, the 1,000 meters, 3,000 meters, the marathon, the hammer throwing, the javelin throwing, the what else? What else? Well, all of those sports that we saw on the Olympics, they are related to athletics. Not all of them, but the ones that were on the tracks, yes, they were the athletics. Athletics. All right. So on the next exercise, the exercise three that we have here, it says unscrambles the sports equipment words to complete the sentences. On this one, we are going to be talking about something that is more specific, and they are called they are the equipment that you use in different kinds of sports. So on this one, if you don't really know the word, don't worry. I am going to help you out with this. Like for example, in the one that says for ice hockey, you need ice skates. Here we have the words or the letters so you can spell it. A stick and lots of protective clothing. But in the number one, it says I usually wear something for protection when I'm skateboarding. On this case, the answer would be knee pads. All right. Why they are knee pads or what are they? The knee pads are the ones that are called rodilleras. All right. So it would be something like that, rodilleras. And what about the next one, Aide? The number two, what do you think it is?
Ah, I don't know. You need a tennis and
What is the main thing that you need to play tennis? ¿Qué es lo principal que ocupas para jugar tenis?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Sorry. No.
Yeah, don't worry. Cirilo says that he knows. What is
Racket?
it? It is a racket. Literally, it is like that. It is a racket. All right. You need a racket, a tennis racket, a net, and a tennis ball to play tennis. Literally like that. Necesitas una raqueta de tenis para jugar tenis. So it is like that. But it is good. As I told you before, probably you don't know the names of this equipment, but by now you're going to know them after this exercise. So don't worry about it. Don't worry if you don't know them. So just don't worry about it. The number three says, America, you want to read it, please?
Yes, you only use one pedal when you are kayaking.
All right, you pedal? I don't think that is a pedal, but it is a paddle. All right, let me explain you why it is like that. All right, in this case would be paddle. Oops. It would be a paddle. The difference between a paddle and a pedal, paddle is with double D. All right, this one, it is in Spanish would be un remo. All right, and the pedal is the one from the bikes, from the bicycles. All right, so that is the main difference about this, you know. But it's really good. So don't worry about it. All right, just give me 1 second. I think that I am going to get it. Okay, the next one, the number four. Number four. All right, so Cirilo, how is it?
You need a surfboard or board surf?
It was the first one, the surfboard.
Board to go surfing.
All right, there you go. So it is, you need a surfboard to go surfing, like that. There you go. So yes, that's true. You need a surfboard to go surfing. And the last one, Angie, how is it?
In football, you try to get the ball into the ball.
Into
Or-
the goal, like this.
Yes.
All right. So in football,
Yes.
you try to kick the ball into the goal, and yes, that is true. Here in Mexico and in many places that are from Latin America, we say goal like that to the, and it is expression that they use when you score something. All right. Cuando una persona anota gol, precisamente hace referencia, pues precisamente a eso. Pero en español no le decimos gol a la portería. De hecho, para nosotros el nombre principal es portería, ¿no? But in English, it is called goal. I don't know, it's like kind of weird. It's like super weird, but it is like that. All right, give me 1 second. I am going to wait. I am going to put the. I am going to turn on the camera so you can see me. If you're wondering how am I, well, maybe not, but it is the correct thing. Just give me 1 second. It's WEIMABP and MABP HYZ. There you go. So it's like this. It's like this. And there you go. All right. So, hello there. This is me. I am teacher Ricardo. And, welcome to the class and everything. Somebody sent me a message, but I don't know who is it. It says, I don't have internet. Who doesn't have internet? I think it is Angie, right?
Teacher, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, America. I think that your internet connection is not working very well. Somebody says I don't have internet, but I don't know who is this. 7174. ¿Alguno de ustedes tiene un número que termina en 7174? What the?
My number is 3020.
Is your number? Oh, don't worry.
Yes.
7174. Who the hell is this one? I don't know her. Oh, I don't know.
Hello.
Don't. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
It's because Okay, that's amazing. So don't worry. The class is being recorded. There you go. Yeah, so they can know that it is not necessary to be exactly over here. So, well, I mean, it's necessary, but it is not that necessary, you know. So there you go. Hi. All right, guys.
Hi.
So I am going to start with the next exercise. Now, the next exercise, as you can see here, it is the grammar section. On the grammar section, we have here an exercise in which you have to choose the correct answer. And on this one, it is to check out the answers between simple present or present continuous. You need to remember that when you're using simple present, you're going to be talking about an activity that is an habit or it is a routine. For example, when you say, I take a shower every morning, so that is a routine, or maybe it is an habit, it is exactly the same. Or for example, when you say, I work every day, work every day, something like that. Or maybe when you say, I read a book every month, for example. So those are habits and routines. And because of that, they go in simple present. But on the other hand, when you're talking about activities that are happening in this moment, they are called present continuous. And the idea is that you talk about activities that are happening in the moment. Like, for example, we are having a conversation right now, or we're having class right now. So that is the main difference between them. Now, on the other hand, we have to choose the correct answer according to that. So there are like some other things that we need to remember, but we are going to do it like sobre la marcha. I don't know how to say that in English, but it is going to be like that. So then you have the first sentence that says, I play tennis every Sunday. The key word in here is the word Sunday, because we're talking about an action, you know? So we're talking about an action. What the hell? There you go. So we're talking about an action that it is taking place every Sunday. So that means that it's a routine. And because of that, we use the sentence in simple present. Now, on the other hand, the number one says, I'm on a school trip to the mountains today, but I am not going mountain climbing. It's too scary. Why we're using I'm not going instead of I don't go? Because we're talking about something that is going to happen in the future, in the near future. So because of that, it goes in present continuous using going to. So it's like kind of complicated, but it is because of that. What about the number 2? Number 2, somebody wants to make it. Angie, thank you very much. How is it?
Alex is always wearing protection when he's skateboarding.
Are you sure that is his wearing?
Yes, no?
No. In this case would be always wears. Let me explain you why. In this case, it is always wears because we're talking about something that he always do. So it is an activity that is considered as a routine. Since it is a routine, it goes in simple present. You cannot use, well, it is not that you cannot do it. It's not very common to use always with an ing word. So that is not usually correct, and it is because of that. So yes, Aide, do you have a question or do you want to make the next one?
The next one.
Okay, so what is the number 3?
I like baseball and basketball, but my best friend prefers baseball.
Exactly. My best friend prefers. In this case, we use prefer because we're talking about something that is a like or a dislike. In this case, since it is a like, it means that he prefers. It is a fact that he prefers baseball. What about the number 4? Who wants to make it? Number 4? Angie already participated. Aide already participated. So Cirilo or America? Who wants to make it? Cirilo, thank you very much.
Uh, we are not watching the rugby match today because it's raining and the ground is wet.
There you go. So it is like that. We're not watching the rugby match today because it's raining and the ground is wet. Like that. And we are using this one because it is talking about the near future. Something that you need to remember, or something that you need to know in case you don't remember or you don't know it, is that when you're using the present continuous, it can be used for different purposes. The main purpose of the present continuous is to talk about actions that are happening in the moment, all right? But there are some other options in which you can use the present continuous. Like, for example, you can use it when you're talking about an action that is a temporary action. What it means that it's a temporary action, something that you know that is going to end in a specific time. Like, for example, my brother is living in Ciudad Victoria until he finishes his work. All right? So that means that during that period of time, he is going to be living in that place. But once that he finishes his work, he's going to come back. So that means that it's a temporary action. But for example, there are some other temporary actions. Like, for example, we are having English lessons during this year, and next year there will be French lessons, for example. So that means that you know specifically when it is something going to end. But there is a third form in which you can use the present continuous, and it is to talk about the near future. Like, for example, when you say, I don't know, I'm watching a movie tonight, like that, you know that is an activity that you want to do and you already prepared. So because of that, you say, I'm watching a movie tonight. But it is exactly the same as if you say, I am going to watch a movie tonight. It's exactly the same sentence. The only thing is that instead of being the same tense, they are using different tenses. One is in present continuous and the second one is in future with going to. But they are very similar. So that's why we have sentences like this one. We are not watching the rugby match today because it's raining and the ground is wet. Right? So it is like that. It is in the near future. They are not going to do it. And finally, the number 5, America, how is it?
Marta always goes hiking at the weekend. She loves being active.
Exactly. Be like Marta. So Marta always goes hiking at the weekend. She loves being active. In this case, we use the expression loves because we're talking about something that she likes. It's a fact. So because of that, it goes in simple present. So it is like that. Super, super, super easy. On the exercise number 2, yes. On the exercise number 2 that you have over here, it says match the questions with the short answers for each one of them. Like, for example, the number 1 says, Are Jesse and Lexi waiting for a bus now? And we have the answer that is letter B, that is yes, they are. So since the question is with the auxiliary are, the answer might be with are as well. Ahí les va un pequeño tip que les va a salvar la vida en algún momento dado. Las preguntas que se hacen en inglés siempre contienen un auxiliar. Por consecuencia, las respuestas son en base a ese auxiliar. Por ejemplo, si yo les pregunto con la expresión do you, la respuesta que ustedes van a hacer es yes, I do, no, I don't. Do you play soccer? Yes, I do, no, I don't. Do you work every day? Yes, I do, no, I don't, etc. Si la pregunta es con can, pues la respuesta también va a ser con can. Can you play soccer? Yes, I can, no, I can't. Can you open the window? Yes, I can, no, I can't. All right? Si la pregunta es con will, mi respuesta también va a ser con will. Will you go on vacations next summer? Yes, I will. No, I won't. Or no, I will not. Si la pregunta es con am, is o are, pues normalmente van a utilizar esa expresión para responder. Is he a doctor? Yes, he is. No, he isn't. Are they people? Yes, they are. No, they aren't. Si la pregunta es con have o has, pues la respuesta también va a ser con have o has. Have you gone to Paris? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Okay? So, la idea principal es que de acuerdo al auxiliar que ustedes tengan en la propia pregunta, la respuesta también lo va a contener. Y de hecho es la misma estructura para cada uno de ellos. A excepción de las preguntas que van en segunda persona y se cambian a primera. Por ejemplo, are you a student? Yes, I am. No, I am not. Es el único que cambia. De ahí en fuera, todos los demás auxiliares son exactamente iguales para cada frase. So, that is a tip for you. Es un pequeño tip que yo les doy. Porque sí, pues, realmente es algo sencillo, pero a muchas personas sí se nos olvida de repente. So, that is the thing. So, on the next one, that is a question that says, are you swimming? What is the answer for this one?
The letter C.
No, I'm not.
Sorry,
Which one?
the C.
The letter C.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Okay. All right. So it will be no, I'm not. So it would be letter D.
Are you swimming? No, I'm not.
Okay. Are you swimming? Would be no, I'm not. All right. So we're going to put it like that. No, I'm not. It's letter D. There you go. The next one says, is Ben doing athletics at school today? How is it, Aiden? What do you think? What is the answer?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Okay, yes, he is. So it is letter E. There you go. What about the next one? Is Mom going horse riding? What about you, Angie? How do you think it is? What is the answer for this one? Angie? Are you there?
Yes.
All right.
No, she isn't.
All right. So it is no, she isn't. It is letter C. So we're going to put letter C. There you go. The number 4 says, are you and Emilia playing volleyball, America?
Yes, we are. Letter A.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are. So it is letter A. And the last one says, am I doing well? And the answer would be,
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
yes, you are. So it is letter F. Yeah, it's like, for example, when somebody is like kind of depressed, alguien anda así como que medio deprimido y dice, lo estoy haciendo bien. Y alguien llega y te da una palmadita en la espalda. Yes, you are. You're doing fine. So yeah, it's good. So it is like that. Those are the answers for this exercise. So now let's continue for the next one. Oh, this got like kind of dark. Okay, now on the next exercise that we have here, it says that we are going to complete the message below with the present simple or present continuous of the verbs in brackets. So we are going to follow the same pattern that we were following before. If the sentence is a habit, or if the sentence is a routine or a fact, it goes in simple present. If it is something that is happening in the moment, or is in the near future, or is a temporary action, goes in present continuous. Like here we have, hi Lucas, how are you? And what are you doing? These are two different questions. How are you is a question that is in present because it is talking about something that you usually say in a conversation. How are you? Yes, I'm good. Everything fine. But here we have another question that says, what are you doing in this moment? All right. So that is the question. And then he continues, I imagine you tennis or something. So what do you think it goes in here? I imagine you. What do you think it goes in here? Somebody wants to participate on this one? No one. Okay, American. So how is it?
I imagine.
I am.
Sorry. First American, then Cirilo. Sorry about that, man. But ladies first.
I'm not sure, but my answer is I imagine you play tennis or something.
No.
No.
No. I imagine you are playing. You are playing tennis or something.
Okay.
Why does this happen? It happens because in English, there is something that is called parallel structure. Eso se los explico así de rapidito en español. En el inglés existe algo que se llama estructura paralela. Básicamente es que si tú comienzas a hablar en un tiempo determinado, ese tiempo va a seguir hasta cierto punto. En este caso, lo que te da opción a que hables en presente continuo es la pregunta que se hizo. La pregunta está en presente continuo, tu siguiente oración también va a estar en presente continuo, porque es precisamente el hilo lo que los une. Entonces, por esa razón, and what are you doing? I imagine you are playing tennis or something. ¿Okay? Ahí, hasta ese punto, termina la oración. Cuando ya comenzamos con una preposición o con una palabra que separa estas dos frasecitas, ya comienzas con una nueva. Because you usually, ahí ya empieza otra oración. So the idea is that there is this parallel structure and it works with many different things. For example, when you are making a list of activities. In the mornings, I clean. In the mornings, I clean the house, sweep the floor, and mop it. Las tres frases que yo utilicé aquí, o los tres verbos que utilicé, están en presente simple y todos están en la misma conjugación, porque es la estructura paralela. Pero, por ejemplo, si yo hablo acerca de algo más extenso, my brother works in Ciudad Victoria, and recently he works in a hotel. All right? Como en este caso, yo estoy tratando de unir estas dos oraciones, las dos oraciones van en el mismo tiempo gramatical. ¿Por qué razón? Porque en ambos casos estoy hablando acerca de lo que se dedica mi hermano, pero no solamente funciona con presente simple, puede ser con cualquier tipo de oración, con cualquier tiempo gramatical. Example of this, I don't know. I am playing basketball while my sister is playing tennis. Okay. En esta oración, yo estoy indicando dos acciones simultáneas. Yo estoy jugando básquetbol mientras mi hermana está jugando tenis, por ejemplo. Entonces, si son dos acciones simultáneas, se pueden unir porque a final de cuentas sigue estando la estructura paralela. Ambas cosas están sucediendo en el mismo momento. So, it is because of that. It's because of that, like, regularly. Obviously, it's a matter of practice. Solamente es cuestión de práctica para que vayas identificando todo esto sin necesidad que lo pienses mucho. All right? So, it's because of that. All right, so then we have, because you usually, Cirilo, can you continue?
Because you usually are doing something sporty at the weekend.
Okay, so you said, are you doing, but it is not correct. You usually do something sporty at the weekends. Why do we use do instead of are doing or anything like that? It is because we have the word usually. Okay, ¿qué es lo que sucede aquí? La palabra usually es un adverbio de frecuencia. Ojo con esto. La mayor parte de las veces los adverbios de frecuencia se utilizan en presente simple porque te indican una rutina o te indican un hábito. En este caso, te indica because you usually do something sporty at the weekends. Usualmente haces algo deportivo los fines de semana. A eso es a lo que se refiere. So because of that, it goes in simple present because it is a routine. Usualmente haces tal cosa. All right? So it is because of that. What about the next one? Angie, can you continue? Angie? Are you there?
Sí que estoy, pero estoy pensando.
You're thinking. All right. Well, let me help you with this one. At home today is at this moment. Exactly. I'm not studying. So keep going with the sentence. I mean, read the rest of the sentence. I am not studying at home.
I am not studying at home today because I'm on a outdoor expedition with my friends from school.
There you go. It is like that. I am not studying at home today because I'm on an outdoors expedition with my friends from school. In this case, we are using I am not studying because it is something that is happening at this moment. All right. And well, in that moment when he was like explaining this. There you go. So Aide, can you continue with the next one?
Teacher,
Yes, Cirilo, tell me.
en Spanish. Ahí no podía quedar, yo no estudié hoy.
Man, I didn't understand you. No te entendí nadita. Se escucha como que entrecortado.
Ahí no podía quedar. Empezado, I don't study, I didn't study. O sea, yo no estudié hoy porque
Ok, sí podría ser, de hecho sí se puede. I didn't study at home today. Ok, pero no estamos utilizando ni pasado simple ni nada por el estilo. De hecho, la regla del ejercicio pues es utilizar presente simple o presente continuo. De que se puede, pero no es el caso en este ejercicio al menos. Lo que tú puedes hacer es I didn't study at home today because I was on an outdoors expedition with my friends from school. Lo que se tendría que hacer aquí es cambiar el sentido de la oración. En lugar de seguirlo teniendo en presente, lo podrías cambiar a pasado simple. Sí se puede hacer, pero en este ejercicio no. Al menos aquí no. O sea, sí se puede, pero aquí no.
yo pensé que podía ser inicio en el pasado y después del because seguirlo en presente.
No, de hecho eso sí, para que veas, no se puede hacer. Te explico el por qué. No podemos estar mezclando tiempos gramaticales que no tengan que ver con el tiempo base. ¿A qué me refiero con esto? Si tú tienes una oración en presente simple, la puedes mezclar con presente continuo sin mayor problema, porque a final de cuentas en ambos casos estás hablando en presente. Pero si ya quieres mezclar presente simple con pasado simple, eso no se puede hacer, porque son dos tiempos gramaticales distintos. Lo que sí se puede hacer es utilizar pasado simple con pasado continuo, porque a final de cuentas ambos están en pasado. Entonces, eso sí se puede hacer. No puedes estar mezclando tiempos gramaticales base. All right?
El didn't y el wouldn't sí, pero ahorita esto no.
No.
Okay.
At least in this
Thank
one, no. Al menos en este, no. All right, the next one. Yes, you're welcome. The next one, Aide.
I am really active.
Okay. I am really active. We.
Continue?
Yes, continue. The keyword here is right now.
Right now, it's the next verb.
Yes, it's this one. We
we are doing
Ajá.
Lots of exciting activities.
All right, there you go. Thank you very much. And yes, it is like that. We are doing lots of exciting activities right now. La palabra clave aquí es right now. Why do we use right now as the keyword? Because it is telling you that it's something that is happening in this moment. So because of that, it goes like that. Lots of exciting activities right now. The next one, America, how is it?
Yes. Wait a minute. No, wait a second. uh, right now, I am waiting for an instructor to come and teach us rock climbing.
All right, yes. I am waiting for an instructor to come and teach us rock climbing. Can you continue with the number 7?
Yes. Do you believe it?
Okay, that is good. Do you believe it? In this case, the correct form would be, can you believe it? But since we're using simple present, it is like that. Do you believe it? All right, there you go. The next one, the next part, Angie, can you continue? Number 8, this one.
Um, um, I am weird.
Yes, I am where, oops, where, what else?
Helmet, helmet, helmet,
Uh-huh.
special shoes.
Okay, that is good.
My
But be
friends.
careful with this. Yes, it is. Wait a second. Be careful with this. I am wearing a helmet and special shoes.
Okay.
Why it is wearing? Because you cannot make a sentence only using the verb to be and then a simple present verb. Ojo con esto, también es un vicio muy grande que tenemos muchas de las personas cuando estamos aprendiendo inglés. Utilizar verbo to be junto con un verbo en su forma base. Eso no se puede hacer. Les explico el por qué. Si utilizan la expresión, por ejemplo, de esta manera, I am wear a helmet, es algo muy común que sucede con las personas que aprenden inglés. Y realmente, pues sí, es muy común. Pero lo correcto sería utilizar I am wearing a helmet. ¿Por qué razón sucede esto? Porque es una combinación de dos verbos distintos. El verbo to be es un verbo que funciona tanto como auxiliar como verbo de acción. Entonces hay que saber cuándo está funcionando como un verbo de acción y hay que saber cuándo está funcionando como un verbo auxiliar. El verbo to be normalmente funciona como verbo de acción cuando estamos hablando acerca de ciertas situaciones que son el ser y el estar. Example of this, I am a teacher, yo soy un maestro. I am cold, tengo frío. He is hungry, tiene hambre. Entonces, esa situación es cuando nosotros podemos utilizar el verbo to be de esa manera. Cuando queremos utilizarlo como verbo de acción, se me trabó la lengua. Cuando queremos utilizarlo como un verbo de acción, es porque estamos hablando en presente simple. En presente simple, el verbo to be ya es un verbo por sí mismo, entonces no necesitamos otro verbo para que funcione, tal como los ejemplos que les puse ahí en el chat. Pero, si queremos utilizar un verbo de acción, no podemos mezclarlo con el verbo to be a menos que tenga la terminación ing. Por esa razón es que utilizamos I am playing soccer, por ejemplo. She is doing her job. Ella está haciendo su trabajo. Y así sucesivamente, porque a final de cuentas estamos utilizando el verbo to be como un auxiliar. Por esa razón, la combinación de estos dos elementos provoca que el verbo de acción, que puede ser play, go, work, etcétera, tenga la terminación ing. No sé si esto ya se los habían explicado antes. Si no se los habían explicado, se los explico de una vez. Y si ya se los habían explicado, pues se los recuerdo. Entonces, esa sería la forma en la cual funciona esto. Así que tengan mucho cuidado al momento de querer utilizarlo. Realmente esa es la situación y el por qué se debe de utilizar precisamente de esa manera. All right, so it is like that. Okay. So we are going to continue with the next one that says, my friends. My friends go sailing, but I prefer to stay inland. So in this case, would be, my friends are going sailing, but I prefer to stay inland. The weather is really cold, and I don't like getting wet. Okay. Una disculpa por haberlo escrito yo aquí, pero nos estamos quedando sin tiempo, ¿verdad? Y hay que terminar con esto. And that's the main that's the main reason. No offense, guys. So let's continue with the next question. On this case, what we have to do in here is to write questions for the answers, and we're going to use the words below to help you. As you can see, you have some examples. Well, not some examples. You have here some prompts. Tienen aquí en cada uno de los incisos the information that you're going to use in order to make the question. Example of this, we have what they do today. Since we have this expression, it is what are they doing today? And it is in present continuous because it has the word today in it. But for example, the one that says which gym you go to, on this case would be which gym. Shit. Sorry about that. I say like lots of bad words. So which gym do you go to? And why it is like this? Because the question is referring to a routine. Which gym do you go to? ¿A qué gimnasio vas? So it is referring to it is referring to an activity that this person does like very often. So because of that is which gym do you go to? The next question that is with how often. This is super easy. Who wants to make the number 2? Number 2, who wants to make it? America, thank you very much.
Yes. How often do you how often do you play football?
Exactly. How often, oopsies, do you play football? Me gusta más Zoom porque les puedo dar el control para que ustedes manejen mi teclado y se batalla menos. Bueno, ustedes batallarían menos. So it is like that. Aide, can you make the number 3? How is it?
What kinds of sports do you like?
Exactly. So it is like that. What kind of sports do you like? It is like this because you're talking about likenesses and dislikenesses. So it is like that. What about the number 4? Number 4, Aide, again, thank you very much. That's good.
Okay, what sports? No, what sports are you think is exciting? No, do you think exciting?
More or less. Do you think are
exciting?
exactly? So what happens in here? In this case, we are using 2 verbs. What sports do you think? This is the real question. Do you think? And this verb to be that we are using here, it is a second auxiliary. So because of that, we are using it in here. What sports do you think are exciting? ¿Qué deportes crees que son emocionantes? All right. Remember, exciting doesn't mean excitante. Exciting means emocionante. All right. Because excitante is another thing. So be careful with that. The number 5. Number 5. Cirilo, do you want to make it?
Yes, sir. Where is training the?
Well, actually, you can make the question like that, but the correct form would be, where is the team training now? All right, so it is like that. And let me explain you why it is like that. Where is the team training right now? En inglés, de igual forma que en español, existe algo que se llama partes de una oración. En el inglés se le llama de una forma distinta, parts of speech. La situación aquí es que cuando nosotros hacemos una pregunta, seguimos un orden específico, que es utilizar un sujeto, un verbo y un complemento. En este caso, como estamos haciendo una pregunta, la situación cambia un poquito. Primero comenzamos con el verbo to be, que es el auxiliar, después continuamos con el sujeto y después continuamos con el verbo y el complemento. Dime, Angie, ¿qué pasó?
Ah, no, nada, teacher. Estaba picando por accidente.
Ok, yeah, don't worry. Entonces, ¿qué es lo que sucede con este tipo de oraciones? Como nosotros estamos haciendo una oración, necesitamos seguir estos patrones para que funcione la oración como tal. Por esa razón es que la pregunta queda como, where is the team training now? Otra forma, de manera más informal y más como que, así como que de barrio de Estados Unidos, where is training the team now, es correcto también. Pero sin embargo, la estructura específica y correcta para eso es tomar en cuenta primero el auxiliar, sujeto, verbo y complemento. Entonces, por esas razones que debe de quedar de esa manera. La manera en la que lo dijiste, Cirilo, no es que esté equivocada, sino que es una versión más informal de hacer preguntas. Es como, por ejemplo, en el español. Nosotros en el español, para hacer una pregunta, no tenemos una estructura como tal, simplemente utilizamos la entonación para que se vuelva pregunta. Es, por ejemplo, cuando una persona dice, ¿estás en la calle? Lo estás diciendo como una afirmación. ¿Estás en la calle? Es una pregunta. La estructura es exactamente la misma, lo que cambia es la entonación. En el inglés no. En el inglés, para hacer una pregunta, necesitas una estructura específica. Y esta estructura es comenzar con el auxiliar que se necesita en este tipo de preguntas, sujeto, verbo y complemento. Normalmente esa es la estructura para todos. Cosas más, cosas menos, pero esa es la estructura principal. Auxiliar, sujeto, verbo y complemento. Por esas razones que debe de quedar así. All right. So now we're going to continue with the next exercise that says correct the sentences. Este ejercicio va a estar bueno. The thing in here is that you need to identify what is the mistake and you need to correct the sentences that you have over here. Example of this, the one that you have here, it says Jane don't like football. Obviously, the mistake in here is the word don't. So you're going to change it into doesn't because you're talking in third person. And for example, the number one says, I not play tennis at the moment. So how is this one? How would it be correctly? ¿Cómo estaría esto de forma correcta? America, thank you very much. How is it?
I am not playing tennis at the moment.
Again, can you repeat it, please?
No, what is it? De Sofía, no?
No, it's this one.
I'm not
Number one.
playing tennis at the moment.
Okay, that is good. I'm not
Yes, sorry.
playing tennis at the moment. No, the thing is that I move it. O sea, yo lo moví. Por eso apareció otra cosa. But don't worry. Yes, it was that one. The thing is that I thought that I heard that you said I'm not place. And I was like, that is not correct. But it is good. It is good. This sentence is good. What about the number two? Who wants to make it? Number two, America again. Thank you very much.
Jack always goes to the running track after school.
Exactly. So it is Jack always goes to the running track after school. There you go. Somebody else wants to participate? Come on, guys. Somebody? Anyone? All right, America, for the third time. Okay, well, let's make Cirilo to make it. All right, let's let him to make it. Oh damn.
And we are in this photo. We are kayak on the river. The weather is really cool.
Okay, that is good. Just be careful with the word kayak because in this case would be kayaking. In this photo, we are kayaking on the river. And it will be something like this. We are kayaking. Why it is like that? Because in this case, the word kayak is not referring to the object, it's referring to the action. So it is like that. All right? There you go. So it is because of that. Aide, can you make the number 4, please?
Yes. Does Daniel like sailing?
Exactly. Does Daniel like, what is does Daniel like feeling? And it is like this because we're talking about third person, and we have to remember that when you're using does, the verb that we have here doesn't have any change. And the last one, Angie, can you make it?
Hannah doesn't understanding the rule of rugby.
More or less. Remember what I told you. You cannot mix tenses. No puedes mezclar tiempos. En este caso, doesn't sí está correcto. Lo que está incorrecto es understanding. ¿Cómo lo cambiarías?
Understand?
Exactly. So it is like that. Hannah doesn't understand the rules of rugby. We are going to put it like this because it is very long. So that is the thing. Hannah doesn't understand the rules of rugby, and it is like that. Okay. The exercise number 6 says write sentences using the present simple or present continuous according to each one of the sentences that you have over here. The information that you have over here, it is used to make simple present or present continuous. So you have to pay attention to the complement because usually in there you can find out if it is going to be in simple present or if it is going to be in present continuous. Like for example, the example that you have here, it says, I'm going home right now. The key word in here is right now because it says that it's something at this moment. The number 2, well, the number 1 says, Sophia always play basketball on Wednesdays. The keywords here are 2. The word always and the word Wednesdays. Those are your keywords. So because of that, the sentence would be, Sophia always plays basketball on Wednesdays. And it is like that. Okay. What about the number 2? Number 2, Angie, can you make it?
Joy doesn't gymnastics this year.
No. On this case, it is not like that. The mistake that you have, it's in here. You're saying Joe does not do gymnastics this year, but we need to remember that this year, it means that the next year he's going to make it, right? So that means that it's a temporary activity. Debido a que es una actividad temporal, no puede ir en presente simple, tiene que cambiar a presente continuo. So because of that, it changes to Joe is not doing gymnastics this year. Okay? Joe no va a hacer gimnasia este año. A lo mejor el que sigue sí, pero al menos en este año y hasta que termine este año no lo va a hacer. So it is because of that. All right. The next one, the number 3. Number 3, Aide. How is it?
Okay, skateboarding seems a difficult sport to learn.
Okay, skateboarding seems a difficult sport to learn, and yes, it is like that. Skateboarding seems a difficult. Get it. There you go. So it's like that. Skateboarding seems a difficult sport to learn. There you go. It is like that because you're talking about something that probably is a fact. What about the number 4? Number 4, Cirilo, how is it?
Is Daisy Is Daisy cycling to work today?
Exactly. All right, is Daisy cycling to work today? And there you go. That is the question over there. And the last one, America, how is it?
Henry skis really well today.
Only today? Mm, cannot be up. Well,
Yes.
I mean, you say like Henry skis really well
Oh
today.
no, skiing. Sorry.
All right, so
Yes.
in this case would be Henry is skiing really well today. And yes, skiing goes with double I. Entonces sí lleva doble I. Se escribe así. ¿Qué sucede con esta frasecita? Si nosotros utilizamos la expresión today, normalmente vamos a utilizar presente continuo. Esto sucede, ¿por qué? Porque si estamos hablando acerca de una habilidad que una persona tiene, no solamente va a tener esa habilidad un día, la va a seguir teniendo durante mucho tiempo. Así que si nos estamos enfocando en ese día, quiere decir que lo está haciendo en ese momento. Henry, si nosotros dijéramos, Henry skis really well today, nos estaríamos refiriendo a que él solo lo hace el día de hoy. A lo mejor el día de mañana va a ser una papa para esquiar. Pero si nosotros decimos Henry's skiing really well today, quiere decir que mejoró mucho y que el día de hoy está haciéndolo mejor que otras veces. Entonces, esa es la situación con esto. Entonces, hay que ir así como que un poquito más al trasfondo para poder entender este tipo de expresiones. Ya que terminamos con este ejercicio, ahora sí, nos vamos a ir al texto. On this text, and I think that is going to be the last activity for today, what we're going to do is to read the text that we have over here. I am going to read it for you so you can check out the pronunciation of the words. And when I finish, you're going to take turns to read parts of this little paragraph that we have over here. So please pay attention. And if you have any question at the end of the reading about any pronunciation or anything like that, you can ask me. But please just pay attention and then you are going to read it for me. So there you have. Hi, I'm Joanna. Chale, tengo demasiado pelo para llamarme Joanna. So, hi, I'm Joanna, and I'm a squash player. Squash is a great sport. It's great fun, but you need to be quite fit, fast, and skillful to play. That's why I love it. In squash, there are no teams and you play on your own. You play against the opponent. There are also lots of rules, but it's not difficult to learn. You don't need expensive equipment, but you do need to play on a squash court. I go to the courts near my house with my friends. When I play, I always wear the right gear, a t-shirt, shorts, and trainers. You also need a special racket and ball to play. Squash also teaches you discipline and motivation. Squash matches don't usually last as long as tennis matches, usually only about an hour, but they are more intense. And like any other sport, you need to practice. So when my friends are playing computer games at home, I'm training at the squash court. I don't like sitting at home and watching TV. I prefer to be active. I think playing in squash competitions is great. I want to be a professional squash player in the future. All right. So before you start reading the text, do you have any questions so far with any of the pronunciations or any of the words in here? All right. I am going to take it.
What is court? ¿Es corte? ¿Campo o algo así?
No, a squash court, well, the word court itself means cancha. All right. For example, a basketball court, una cancha de basketball. Tennis court, una cancha de tenis. Squash court, una cancha de squash. So it is like that.
Thank you.
All right. Do you have any other question, guys?
No, teacher.
No? You're sure? That's good. So we have 1, 2. They are 3 paragraphs. Okay, that is good. So who wants to read the first paragraph? Cirilo, do you want to start? Do you want to start reading?
Hi, I'm Johanna, and I'm a squash player. Squash is a great sport. It's great fun, but you need to be quite fit, fast, and skillful to play. That's why I love it. In squash, there are no teams, and you play on your own. You play against one opponent. There are also a lot of rules, but it's not difficult to learn.
Okay, stop in there. Pay attention in this. First of all, this word that you have here, it is pronounced skillful because it comes from the word skill. All right, so skillful, like that. And another one, the word fun. Remember that fun sounds like if it had an O in the middle, so it is fun, like that. But it was good. Thank you very much. Who wants to continue with the second paragraph? Second paragraph, anyone? Aide, thank you very much. You may continue.
Okay, you don't need expensive equipment, but you do need to play on a squash court. I go to the courts near my house with my friends. When I play, I always wear the right wear a
Gear,
t-shirt, wear
gear.
gear, a t-shirt, shorts, and trainers. You also need a special racket and ball to play.
There you go. Just be careful with this word that you have over here. This one is pronounced equipment.
Equipped. Okay.
There you go. Who wants to continue with the next part? On the next part, well, obviously it's not like the whole paragraph, but okay, America, you are going to read until here. Right? Hasta aquí. Nada más. So you may start.
Yes. Squash also teaches you discipline and motivation. Squash matches don't usually last as long as tennis matches, usually only about an hour, but they are more intense. And like any other sport, you need to practice.
All right, that is good. That is good. On this case, guys, the word discipline can be pronounced discipline or discipline. It doesn't matter. They are two different kinds of pronunciation, but both of them are correct. Las dos formas de pronunciar la palabra discipline o discipline son correctas, solamente que son cuestiones de, no de pronunciación, sino de acento. Más para el norte de Estados Unidos se utiliza la palabra discipline, pero más para el sur se dice discipline. All right, so it is like that. Okay, that is good. All right. So Angie is not going to be participating because of some stuff. So America, can you continue with the rest of the paragraph?
Yes. So when my friends are playing computer games at home, I'm training at the squash court. I don't like sitting at home and watching TV. I prefer to be active. I think playing in squash competitions is great. I want to be a professional squash player in the future.
Squash. So it is like that.
Squash.
A squash player in the future. So there you go. So those are like the activities that you have here. And here you have a kind of very intense activity in which you're going to read the text and complete the table with some words that are describing this. Like, for example, the name of the sport, it is squash. We know that it's a squash. And in Spanish, there is no translation for that sport. Actually, it is called exactly the same. It is called squash. If you don't know what is a squash, literally, it's, well, have you ever played front tennis? Or frontón?
Yes.
No, teacher.
No. Ok, les explico. Hagan de cuenta de que en algunos polideportivos, aquí en donde yo vivo, les decimos unidades deportivas. No sé si les digan igual allá donde ustedes viven. Pero en esos lugares, polideportivos, unidades deportivas o centros deportivos, existen unos lugares que tienen unas paredes súper altas. ¿Ok? Esas paredes se utilizan para jugar un deporte que se llama frontón o frontenis. Básicamente es golpear la pared con la bola, utilizando ya sea tu mano así pelona o utilizando una pequeña raqueta.
Sí lo conozco, no lo había jugado.
El squash es muy parecido a eso, solamente que las raquetas son más pequeñas en lugar de ser como las raquetas de tenis, que son muy grandes, y pues se juega más o menos por ese estilo. Se golpea en una de esas paredes y hay veces en las cuales ya en los torneos profesionales o en lugares donde ya hay más dinero, utilizan unas como cajitas de plexiglas y esas pues tú tienes que ir golpeando y no dejar que la pelota deje de rebotar. Entonces es muy cansado porque tienes que estar corriendo de un lado para otro, siempre. Y pues realmente las reglas del juego no me las sé completas, pero más o menos va por ahí el asunto. So it is like that. Okay, so the first word that we are going to be looking for is an adjective used to describe the word sport. So what are some adjectives that you use to describe sport that are related to the text that we have seen before?
It's fun.
It's fun, okay? What else?
Great.
Fun, great. Also, they say that it's intense, all right?
Fast.
It is fast as well. Yes, that's good. Fast, intense,
Skillful.
skillful. Well, you need to be skillful in order to play it. So intense, skillful, etc., etc., etc. I am not going to put more because I don't have enough space. 3 things you need to know. All right, so 3 things you need to be in order to play this sport. What are the 3 things that you need to be
Rule.
to play this? Okay, the first one.
Rules.
No, that you need to be. O sea, que uno debe de ser para poder jugarlo.
Need to
Quite
play on a
fit.
squash court.
Okay, well, Cirilo said it. Fit,
Skillful.
fit, fast, and skillful. Skillful, not skillful. It is skillful.
Skill.
So it is. You need to be fit, fast, and skillful. In this case, skillful, as far as I know, it's like this. Yo sabía que skillful se escribe con doble L, no sé por qué está con una sola L, a lo mejor es un errorcito, but it is like that. Entonces, de las 3 cosas que aparece aquí, yo ya perdí en todas ellas. No estoy ni en forma, ni soy rápido, ni tampoco tengo mucha habilidad, así que muy probablemente no lo juegue. All right. Number of players. How many players do you need to play this game? How many?
2. One opponent and you.
Exactly. So they are 2 players only. It is the opponent and yourself. That is good. What kind of clothes do you need in order to play this? What is the gear that you use?
What?
What is what is the gear or what is the clothes that you need to use in order to play this? Aide, you wanted to say something?
Always wear the right gear, a t-shirt, short, and trainer.
Okay, that is good. But Aide, is the same?
The same. Yes.
Okay. T-shirt, shorts, and trainers. All right. It is t-shirt, not teacher. T-shirt, shorts, and trainers. If you don't know what are the trainers, that's another way to call your shoes. Los trainers, en este caso, en el inglés británico, y esto sí es parte del inglés británico, a eso es a lo que se le llaman a los que nosotros conocemos como tenis para hacer deporte. En el inglés hay que tomar en cuenta que los tenis van cambiando de nombre dependiendo del deporte del cual estemos hablando. Por ejemplo, si hablamos acerca de los tenis que son para jugar tenis, literalmente, they are called tennis shoes. We have basketball shoes, soccer shoes, baseball shoes, etc. En el caso de los trainers, estos son específicamente para hacer ejercicio. De ahí es de donde viene el nombre, train, de entrenar. Entonces, para hacer cualquier tipo de deporte, a esos tipos de zapatos se les dicen trainers, que son normalmente para hacer atletismo o algo por el estilo. Ya si nosotros hablamos acerca de un deporte específico, ya le cambiamos el nombre, football shoes, basketball shoes, tennis shoes, etc. The equipment is not the same as the clothes. The equipment, what are the things that you need in order to play this game? Aide? What are the things you need? All right. Which one, sorry?
Racket.
Racket?
Uh-huh.
What else?
I don't remember.
Racket and a ball.
Ball. Yes.
There you go. The next one says the venue. The venue is a place in which you play this.
A squash court.
Exactly, it is a squash court, like this. The qualities that it teaches you. What are the qualities that the squash teaches you? What are the things that you get from squash? It's highlighted.
Discipline and motivation.
It is discipline and motivation.
Discipline.
No, I mean like it's the way in which I pronounce it. You can pronounce it as discipline. It's correct. Both of the pronunciations are correct. But the thing is that I always have said discipline. So because of that, I have that pronunciation well, I feel that it is the common pronunciation, but both of them are correct. Don't worry about it. So it teaches you discipline and motivation. All right, there you go. And finally, what is the length of the match? How much time does it take? Sorry. How much time does it last?
An hour.
It is an hour. It is like approximately an hour. So there you go. By now, you already have these exercises. I am going to save them and I am going to send them to your WhatsApp so you can have it. Con eso terminamos la clase del día de hoy, muchachos. Déjenme quitar la grabación para poder. Dame un segundo. Share.